Good day, everyone. We are Group 3. So today, we're going to talk about computer parts. Going over the parts of a computer and their functions, we will help you to understand all the components that make up a computer. Knowing what the part is, whether it's good or bad, but we will explain what each part as well as their function, which will give you a firmer understanding of them. The next presenter is Angela Tongko.
So now, I will explain the full specifications of this computer. So this computer uses an Intel i5-2400 processor that has 4 cores and 4 threads with a clock speed of 3.1 GHz. This processor uses an LGA1155 socket that supports only Intel second to third generation of processors. It comes with a default CPU cooler provided by Intel, released in January 2011. It's a little bit outdated, but it can still do tasks. For the motherboard, we have an HP Pavilion HP6 LGA1155 socket Micro ATX. This motherboard accepts DDR3 type of RAM and only uses second to third generation of Intel processors. For the RAM, we are using a data 8 gigabytes DDR3 1666 MHz memory module. For the power supply, we are using a Redragon 500 watts 80 plus bronze power supply. 80 plus certification for PSU is a must for longevity and safety. For the storage, we have Kingston HyperX 240 GB SATA SSD. We used SSD as storage because it has more reading speed and faster booting time compared to traditional hard drives. For the computer case, we have InPlay Win01 Micro ATX case with a generic system fan for airflow purposes. We do not have a GPU or a graphics processing unit because the processor and the motherboard we are using as integrated graphics support. So overall, this is the PC that we are talking about. As you can see inside, you can see all of the components, the power supply, the motherboard, the cooler, the RAM, and the SSD. And also, this is the case that we are talking about. So the next speaker is Jeremiah Nerves.
Ang CPU or Central Processing Unit, ito ay isang tinaguriang utak ng isang computer. Ito ay nagsasagawa ng mga utos sa program or computer program. Ito ay isang maliit na chip na nakalagay sa motherboard. Pangkaraniwan ito ay ibabawan ng fan o heatsink upang maibsan o maiwasan ang kanyang pag-init. Ang dalawang malaking kumpanya na gumagawa ng mga processor ay ang Intel at AMD. May dalawang parte ng isang CPU. Yun ay isang arithmetic at pangalawa ang lohikang unit or ALU na nagsasagawa ng mga arithmetical at logical operation sa mga data at pag-control nito na kumukuha ng instruction sa memory at isinasagawa ang mga ito. Next, Jello.
So the next component is a GPU, or also known as Graphics Processing Unit. This is used for graphics processing, especially for display output, rendering, and gaming. Nowadays, GPUs are mainstream for those people who identify themselves as gamers or multimedia creatives. But in general, GPUs are used for presenting the output of the computer because some motherboards and processors doesn't have integrated video support. So in conclusion, GPUs are used for visualization of the motherboard to the monitor itself for the displaying output. So the next speaker is Simon Eligio.
So yung next is yung RAM or yung random access memory. Bali, nabibilang siya sa classification ng storage. Isa itong storage pero volatile ito. Meaning, so kapag yung computer mo is nawala ng power supply, or namatay, hindi masisave yung mga data na ginagamit mo habang gamit yung RAM na. Tapos, nag-store to ng data or machine code. Example na lang is yung kapag nag-open ka ng application, tapos sa unang open mo, mabagal siya. Tapos, in-open mo ulit, mabilis na siya kasi na ano na yung machine code ng PC. Meron din itong clock speed or yung frequency measured per hertz. Hindi lang storage or ilang GB yung mahalaga dito sa RAM na to. Halimbawa na lang is yung 8 GB na RAM is equal to 130 megahertz. Next one is yung 16 GB yung equal to 2,400 megahertz. Next one is yung 32 GB, 2666 megahertz. And yung 64 GB is 2,800 megahertz. And the last one is yung 128 GB, 3,200 megahertz. Tapos marami pang GB yun, depende na lang sa mo gagamitin ko pang editing, gaming. Tapos tulad ng ibang parts ng computer, marami din yung yung software. Tulad na lang nung G-Skill, Kingston, Apacer, AMD, OTC, Transcend, at Next reporter, Albert.
Hello, good day everyone. I'm Albert Di Joseph from DZ23 and today is i-discuss ko about sa power supply. So ano nga yung power supply? Ang power supply ay isa sa mga essential part ng isang computer. Kung walang power supply, hindi mag-open ng isang computer. Very much straightforward ang definition ng power supply from the word itself, power. Siya ang nagdi-distribute ng power or electricity across all over components sa loob ng computer from motherboard, GPU, and other components such optical drive, storage drive, and etc. And ang power supply ay meron ding iba't ibang size depende sa kung ano yung kailangan nyo. Merong ATX, micro ATX, mini ITX, and etc. And also power supply meron 3 types pagdating sa cable. Meron itong fully modular, semi-modular, and non-modular. And ayun yung definition and other purposes of power supply. And the next reporter is James Esparas.
The topic that I will present is about storage devices. Storage devices known for storing data in programs. It can hold important data, such important information, programs permanently. Since yung nasabi kanina ni Simon Elio na RAM, pang short term lang siya, which is yung PC mo needs a place for storing data permanently. So yun nga, this is what the hard drive is for. The next one is hard disk drive or HDD, sometimes called hard drive or hard disk. This is the hard drive that found in most computers. It's usually a mechanical drive that stores all the data. It can also be used a boot drive to run the operating system from it. Example, pag one bump the wrong way can destroy a whole drive. Ito yung mga nangyayari sa mga vlogger, which is marami silang files na ini-store, pero pag ina-upload nila yung mga files na yun, may malaki yung chance na makorrupt yun or mawala kasi nga halo-halo na yung files. A mechanical hard drive contains one or more platters that spin anywhere between 5,200 to 10,000 RPM o yung revolutions per minute. Next one is solid state drive or yung SSD. SSD is also a type of hard drive, but it doesn't have any moving parts. Self-explanatory naman siya. It consists of bank of flash memory that can hold a reasonable amount of data. Minsan tinatawag din itong mass storage devices. Yun nga, that stores data in permanent state. Same lang din sa HDD. We all know that SSD is a high performance drive. It is fast and cannot be easily damaged by dropping it or taking few knocks. That's why I always recommend SSD for portable type computers where possible. And also, both drives are available in different sizes to cater for various needs. The next one is optical drives. Alam naman natin na hindi na masyadong nagagamit yung optical drive, but several machines still have optical drives for reading DVDs or CDs. They can be used for watching movies or listening to music, copying information on a blank disk, or installing software to the disk. Ngayon, hindi naman na masyadong nagagamit yung optical drives kasi may mga app na pwedeng manood na katulad ng Netflix or yung website na free yung movie. Kaya hindi na masyadong nilalagay dyan sa mga PC or laptop yung optical drives. Next one, yung CD, compact disc. This storage device can hold up to 700 MB. It is read by an optical drive through a laser. Then the next one is flash drive. High portable small data storage devices making use of flash memory and a universal serial bus USB port connection. Yun yung flash drive, yun yung madalas na ginagamit natin pang store ng data and information such that. And the next reporter is Alexis Calosa.
So, good day po. Ang napunta sa aking topic is computer case or yung tinatawag ng iba na computer chassis. So, dito nakalagay lahat ng actual components na meron ang isang computer. Kaya siya tinawag na outer shell ng computer. Example ng components are motherboard, hard drive, optical drive, etc. So ano ba ang importance ng computer case? Siyempre, pinakauna, para sa safety or protection na din, ito yung mga nag-organize ng mga components. So dust and any kinds of liquids pwedeng makadamage or makasira sa computer. Yung hard case or yung casing ng computer is hindi maayos at the same time, hindi siya quality. So our next report is all about peripherals of the computer. And the next reporter is James Esparas.
Yun. So ulit, ayun na. Yung napunta sa aking topic is all about mouse. Mouse primary input device used to navigate and interact with the monitor output. A mouse allows the user to move a pointer displayed on the monitor and experience a more intuitive interaction with the computer. Yung nakikita natin gumagalaw sa monitor niya, which is ayun yung tinatawag natin cursor. Then, these days, mouse have more buttons than the common tree. Tama. Kasi dati, nung mga 90s or 20s, hindi masyadong, ginagamit na yung mouse, pero halos tatlo lang yung pwedeng gamitin doon. Unlike ngayon, kasi nauso yung puro game sa computer. Kaya ang daming pwede nang gamitin. Ang daming pinipindot na sa mouse. However, the three main buttons allow the user to select, grab, scroll, and access extra menus and option. Yun nga, yung sinabi ko, yung left click, pang select or grab, then yung sa gitna, pang scroll, then yung sa right click, nagagamit din siya pang games and others. And a computer mouse can be wired or wireless. So, self-explanatory naman, kapag wireless yung mouse mo, it requires batteries kasi kahit saan mo pwede gamitin, magagamit mo, accessible siya. Optical mouse today allow us for very accurate precision and smooth movement. Yun nga, kapag gumamit ka ng mouse, less hassle, magagamit mo siya ng mabilis, tsaka accessible. Kasi mas makakabilis pa yung paggawa mo. Then the next reporter is Simon.
So yung next na part is yung computer keyboard. Yung computer keyboard is an input device used to enter characters and functions into the computer system by pressing buttons. So para mapagana yung keyboard, kailangan mong pindutin. Ang lahat naman familiar ng keyboard. Para mapag-insert ka ng mga text numbers, kailangan mo press yung mga buttons. So sa keyboard, meron 5 parts. May 5 parts yung mga buttons. So 1 is yung typing o yung numeric key. Dito, yung mga button na to, ito yung pinaka-dominant, yung pinaka-maraming button sa keyboard. Ito yung mga letters in the word. one is yung control key. Dito naman makikita yung control alt delete naka-Windows lang. And next one is yung function key. Dito makikita yung F1, F2, F3, so naka-12. Yung fourth is yung navigation key, yung arrow, yung left, right, page, page down. And yung last one is yung numeric keypad. Yung number. Yung sa keyboard, katulad ko yung kung ano nga yung mga wireless, marami recorder is black.
So yung nabigay sa aking topic is computer monitor. So ang computer monitor is an output device that displays information in pictorial form. Ano ba ang function ng computer monitor? Para makita accurately and clear yung display or yung programs o kahit ano pang ginagawa o pinaprocess ng user. So, ang common question is, ano ba ang pinagkaiba ng monitor ng computer sa TV or television? Kasi di ba halos same sila pero kung isipin hindi talaga. So, yung monitor, wala silang button to change channel unlike sa TV na meron. So, ang advantage naman ng monitor sa television is mas mataas yung resolution niya. And for the final remarks, my groupmate Angelo Tongko will take over.
So overall, these computer parks only work together for us to do our office tasks and our school works, or otherwise we can use it for gaming. So the computer works in 220 volts, 120 volts power, while these devices or components collaborately with each other in order for us to do our specific tasks. So I hope we have well elaborated the PC components that are assigned to us, and we hope that you learned something from us that how the computer actually works. So that's it. Thank you.
So we are the group 3. I'm Albert Tichoso from DC 23.
I am Jimel Simon Elio from DZ 23.
I'm James Iron R. Esperas from DC23.
Ako po si Jeremiah Nierbes from DC823. Ako po yung nag-report ng CPU. Thank you po.
Alexis Cartalusan from DC23 Group 3.
Angelo James Tongko from Group 3, DC23.
We are group 3.
Free. Sige, free.